EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the venerable Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New Orleans Saints. Two teams more than ready to get this one started, and we are underway from the Superdome. And no return here to start. It's a fair catch, and they will set up shop at the 25. Here's Walker to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You can look at this Saints defense.
And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
Here's Smith now on second down. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
Now Gino on first down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
This defense for the Saints, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On second down, it's Walker.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Smith on first down.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
And the Saints will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Really good stop there by the end in this 4-3 defense.
And not just pass rushers anymore, are they? Those guys can use their hands, control the point of attack, shed those blockers, and go get those ball carriers.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Got a man, that's Richie James.
Through the middle of the field.
Richie James, his second touchdown on the season.
And the Saints take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer.
And now it's blocked. And the Seahawks have it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, there's a blocked extra point. I remember playing, and we had one of those go against us. I remember our kicker and our holder told the head coach, just relax, coach. Why are you yelling? Don't worry, it's just 1 point. Oh, my. Those coaches see a point is gold to them because you never know how it's going to turn out later.
Exactly. That's what I was just going to say. First quarter, we'll see if this has any implications as the game goes on.
I still can't believe they told the head coach to relax.
Whoa. Bad move. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And this is how you answer a touchdown on the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Kenneth Walker, his target, out of the backfield.
And now it's second down.
Now you look at the Saints defense.
And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Rolling to his right. And Walker has it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it. But it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much.
And Smith's throw into the hands of Fan.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
He's thrown one interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Six 0 our score after one. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Throwing now is Geno.
He completes this to Walker.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And this one is no good. He missed it. And the deficit will stay at 2 field goals.
Wow, that qualifies as a bad miss because anything inside of 40 should be automatic. That's a big mistake right there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They start the drive on the ground. Camara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Here's James. And some space here.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
22 yards there, a 1st down.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
So again from the 39, this time for the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
The Saints are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself in an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot, find a way to win some games, and keep moving forward.
Mariota on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now Mariota.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
In motion right, Olave. Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw off play action.
And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Juwan Johnson,
28 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6.
extra point try now for Patterson.
And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Dwayne Eskridge. He's inside the 20. And he'll bring it back all the way.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times where they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything is working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
2nd down and 8.
Mariota.
There's Chris Olave. Down the left sideline.
Touchdown! Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Patterson now for the extra point.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Here's Smith. Left side complete to Lockett. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
Gino is going to get this complete to Walker.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down. Gino now to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Jamario Davis.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Here we go, set.
Following the interception here, Mariota. James has got it, complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Second down and 4.
Here's Mariota.
Has his man, that's James.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Here comes third and the length of the football.
Throwing is Mariota.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
Chris Olave
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point try now for Patterson.
And that one makes this a 19-point game.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The final shot here before break. Smith. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And they take a knee. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
On second down, Mariota again.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
On On third down, Mariota.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Here now a third down and 8.
Throwing, Mariota.
That'll be caught by James.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They run, it's Kamara. Room here to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 21 yards there, a big play on 4th down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there, because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Mariota going to change the play.
Throwing again. Mariota on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got him in wide open. Complete. Touchdown, New Orleans.
A.T. Perry.
36 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. He's to the 15.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized. At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Geno. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They snap it to Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. They run it with James.
And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun with Camara. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They go play action. Mariota.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trenton Simpson. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Smith and Jigba with the grab.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
He'll find Metcalf.
And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints.
A.T. Perry
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Saints add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. The Smith's throw into the hands of Lockett. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now,
he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Reek Woolen. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for six. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game?
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Ready. Play action now. Mariota. This is caught inside the 15. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 40 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Now Mariota. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Julian Love picks it. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. 2nd and 9 from the 44. Throwing here, Mariota.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
James. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Mariota on 3rd and 2.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Mariota going to change the play.
They'll drop to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And Smith, this throw finds Smith and Jigba. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. One last throw here for Smith. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that's caught for the additional 2 points. It'll only matter to the final scoreline, and that is the final act of this game. Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a 2-point conversion as well. I don't know, though. In the end, you still lost the football game.
You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for 2. Maybe they're working on something for down the road. As you said, it doesn't matter. You lose the game, but you finish with it.